All right, you guys all know the drill, right?
Yes, sir.
Beauty. Let me get things going here. You ready?
Absolutely.
You ready? Probably ought to do this then, because otherwise, didn't make any sense for you to come out tonight. All right, here we go. You ready? All right. Off to the races. Welcome to Academic Challenge. My name is Jim Gifford, your host and moderator, and tonight we are featuring teams from Berrien Springs and St. Joseph. WSCM's Academic Challenge features scholastic competition involving high schools from Berrien and Van Buren counties and is sponsored by Waterville Lake Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Lakeshore Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. And first and foremost, let's meet the teams. Let's start with St. Joe. Identify yourselves, what grade you're in.
Trevor Greisinger, senior.
Fangbo Yuan, senior.
Patrick Fisher, junior.
Ryan Faulkner, junior.
And from Berrien Springs,
Joseph Johnson, junior.
Matthew Reeves, junior.
Jessica Chin, senior.
Joshua Bennett, sophomore.
nice job. Everybody's up and on the mics. That's a good thing. Here are the basic rules. First and second halves, we announce the value of each question before it's asked. You will have 10 seconds to answer a question, 15 if it's a math question. When you press your button, please wait to be recognized. No consultation allowed. There will be during the 60-second round. We'll get to that shortly. I'll be your scorekeeper and judge. Alec Heiler again asking the questions tonight. Is everybody ready? All right, nodding heads all around. And that means it's time to go. Alec, whenever you are ready.
All right, the first question will be worth 5 points. Japan has developed electrodynamic maglev test vehicles that can go 340 miles per hour. Maglev is short for what?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Magnetic levitation.
For 5 points, that is correct. For 20 points, for over 50 years he was a bachelor, and his barbs played no favorites. Try this quotation. Once a woman passes a certain point in intelligence, she finds it almost impossible to get a husband. She simply can't go on listening without snickering. What American editor and satirist wrote it?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Ambrose Bierce.
That is incorrect.
Matthew, Berrien Springs.
Mark Twain.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer is H.L. Mencken. For 15 points, this word comes from the Gaelic for pursued man, and in the 17th century it meant an Irish outlaw or a person who wanted James, the Duke of York, to be king. By the 1800s, the word described a political party standing behind the Church of England and the king.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Whig.
That is incorrect.
Berrien Springs, 5 seconds. Time.
And the correct answer there is a Tory. For 20 points, name the 7 bones in the leg and foot of a human being.
No takers on that one. Wow.
Your anatomy teachers will be disappointed, and those are the femur, patella, fibula, tibia, tarsal bones, metatarsals, and phalanges.
Femur.
All right, maybe next time I'll let you combine. All right. For 10 points, Antaeus was a gigantic wrestler whose strength was invincible so long as he touched the earth. Who was his conqueror?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Hercules.
That is correct for 10 points. For 15 points, the Israelites in Egypt marked their doors with lamb's blood for what reason?
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Because to stop the wrath of God.
What was it? Repeat your answer again.
To stop the wrath of God.
Not specific enough.
Do you want a more specific answer?
Can you?
To not be killed by him.
That is... I don't think I can do that.
No, not quite.
Sorry about that, man.
Trevor,
To
St. Joe.
prevent their firstborn sons from being killed.
That is correct.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yes.
that's what I needed. For 10 points. That was for 15 points.
Gotcha.
For 10 points, in geology, it is a rock consisting of pebbles and gravel embedded in a loosely cementing material.
Fangbo, St. Joe.
Conglomerate.
That is right for 10 points. For 10 points, see if you can decipher the common proverb hidden in this bombastic sentence. Bear with me here. Unexceptionably, nebulous atmospheric manifestations are marginally Argentine. Yeah, this is a bad question. Unexceptionably, nebulous atmospheric manifestations are marginally...
Trevor, St. Joe.
Every cloud has a silver lining.
That is correct for 10 points. I had that one crossed off and then erased it because I figured, what the heck. For 20 points, prose may be classified into 4 groups according to purpose. Argument and description are 2 of them. What are the other 2?
Ryan, St. Joe.
Persuasive and informative.
That is incorrect.
Berrien Springs. Anybody? 5 seconds. Time.
And the correct answer there is exposition and narration. For 10 points, what name is given to the assistant to the minority or majority leader in either the House or the Senate?
Trevor, St. Joe.
The whip.
That is correct.
For 10.
For 10 points, yes. In Beethoven's Fidelio, she was the wife of Florestan, a captive in a Spanish prison. Under disguise, she assumes the character of Fidelio to infiltrate her husband's prison. Name this heroine.
Time.
And that is Leonora. Did I say Fidelio correctly? Okay. I was a little worried about that. For 5 points, you can draw an ellipse by putting a loop of string over the 2 nails driven several inches apart. What do we call the points corresponding?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Foci.
That is correct for 5 points. For 10 points, let's try some large chunks of history. Place these 4 men in chronological order: Marcus Aurelius, Cyrus the Great, Marco Polo, and Attila the Hun.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Cyrus the Great, Marcus Aurelius, Attila the Hun, and Marco Polo.
That is correct for 10 points. For 15 points, to the nearest 1/10 of a degree, how many degrees does 1 radian equal?
Trevor, St. Joe.
57.1.
That is incorrect.
Berrien Springs. Time.
It's close. The correct answer is 57.3. For 15 points, the political group opposed to President Lincoln's moderate policies was called what?
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Whigs.
That is incorrect.
Patrick, St. Joe.
Know Nothing Party.
Also incorrect. The correct answer is the Radical Republicans. For 10 points, who devised the first vaccine against rabies?
Time.
And this is Pasteur.
Oh, yeah.
For 10 points, once an emissary to the UN for Cuba, he died leading a small band of guerrillas in Bolivia. Who was he?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Che Guevara.
That is correct for 10 points. For 20 points, what color is potassium chromate?
Matthew, Berrien Springs.
Purple?
That is incorrect.
Fongbo, St. Joe.
Silver?
Also incorrect. The correct answer is yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
For 5 points, in 1845, the largest city in the state of Illinois was Nauvoo. It was founded by Joseph Smith. Who was Joseph Smith?
Trevor, St. Joe.
The founder of the Mormon Church.
That is correct for 5 points. For 20 points, given the graph of the function y equals 1/2 the cosine of the quantity 4x plus pi all over 4 closed quantity, what is the period? Let me read again. Given the graph of the function y equals 1/2 the cosine of the quantity.
Trevor, St. Joe.
2 pi.
That is correct. That was
4.
20 points. For 5 points, the basic difference between a rocket engine and a jet engine is that a jet engine needs what substance to burn its fuel?
Patrick, St. Joe.
Oxygen. Air.
That is oxygen for 5 points. I would have to accept the first answer anyway. So, for 10 points, from which of these groups, nobility, peasants, middle class, did Martin Luther receive his most consistent support?
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Middle class.
That is incorrect.
Fangbo, St. Joe.
Peasants.
Also incorrect. Correct answer there is nobility. Still a little counterintuitive there, but. For 15 points, what American poet wrote the immortal lines, "There was a little girl, she had a little curl, right in the middle of her forehead. And when she was good, she was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid."
Fangbo, St. Joe.
Shel Silverstein.
That is incorrect, but is a poet.
Berrien Springs, 5 seconds. Time.
And the correct answer there is Longfellow.
Next question will be the final question in the first half.
For 5 points, Fred Allen said it's a fine place to live if you happen to be an orange. Another comparison of this state is to granola cereal.
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Is it California?
That is correct for 5 points.
That'll wrap up the first half. We will add up the scores and come back with a 60-second round after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
What are the categories for the
Yeah.
6th round?
Well, let's see. Berrien Springs will have the choice.
Of art, rock and roll, and state trees.
Rock and roll.
Everybody's favorite topic.
State. Rock and roll.
And state.
I used to be good at state birds.
Oh, it's not super.
Art. Art.
Art next.
Oh, man.
Really?
Probably has art in the middle.
Visual art or is it musical art?
There's words with art in the middle.
Oh, he knew the Latin.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It is.
Yeah.
Art.
Art.
Oh.
Words with
State
art.
trees.
And rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Hey, look, no math this time.
I'm a little bit state trees. I'm a little bit rock.
Alright, what else we got? Winter sports and all-state orchestra. That's all we have so far.
Official animal. Okay, those are the only 3 answers that are going to here.
Rolling Stones.
Even I knew that.
Oh yeah. Seriously, that halftime report. Focus up.
That's it. We got
Nothing else happened in our school.
Nothing happened.
All right.
Just speak slowly, Joe.
Yeah. Well, came back from Thanksgiving break. We had all eaten a lot of pie.
There you go. Yeah. Describe for us what you had for
Yeah.
dinner on Thursday.
Well, I had turkey and gravy and mashed potatoes, and our stuffing was really good this year.
You could go on about the difference between
Perfect.
stuffing and dressing. That'd be a good topic.
Ready? It's like
You ready?
dressing in a
All
salad.
right. If he's ready, I'm ready. Here we go. Everybody's back, and we're off to the races.
I don't even know that, though.
At the end of the first half, the score, St. Joe 115. Berrien Springs off the schneid with 5 right before the end of the first half, and we move on to the 60-second round. You will have 3 categories to choose from. Teams will give you 60 seconds to answer as many of those 10 as you can. Each is worth 10 points, and there will be a 20-point bonus if you get all 10 within the time limit. You are encouraged to consult with one another in this round, but the answers must come from the team captain. And after the minute's up, the opposing team will have a chance to answer any questions the first team could not answer. Berrien Springs, you're trailing at the moment. You have the first choice of these categories, and they are art, rock and roll, and state trees. What's your choice?
Good try, rock and roll.
Captain Matthew says they're going to go with rock and roll. We'll put 60 seconds on the clock. And, Alec, when you are ready, there's all right. Set it up, and then we'll start the clock.
All right. Categories rock and roll. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame compiled a list of the 500 essential songs of rock and roll. Name the act which recorded these songs.
All right. Are you ready? Here we go.
See Emily Play, Money, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2.
Three Doors Down.
That is not correct. Suspicious Minds, Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock.
Oh, that's Elvis, right? Elvis, yeah. Elvis Presley?
That is correct. Shake, Try a Little Tenderness, Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay.
Led Zeppelin.
That is incorrect. Tutti Frutti, Long Tally Sally, Good Golly Miss Molly.
I know them.
I don't know this. County. Pass.
Time Is on My Side, Sympathy for the Devil, and Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Pass.
Rosalina, Born to Run, Dancing in the Dark.
Pass. Pass. One more.
Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, My Girl.
Rolling Stones. It has to be a person? Rolling Stones.
That is incorrect.
What else you got?
That one would have got in anyways, but...
You have no idea how old you just made us feel. All right, one correct for Berrien Springs there for 10 points.
Who, by the way, was the oldest one that got it right?
So let's start the clock again, and we'll give St. Joe a shot at these whenever you're ready, Alec.
All right. See Emily Play, Money, Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2.
Pink Floyd.
That is correct. Shake, Try a Little Tenderness, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay.
Say something.
Led Zeppelin.
That is incorrect. Tutti Frutti, Long Tall Sally, Good Golly Miss Molly.
Motley Crue, I don't know.
Motley Crue.
Time Is on My Side. That is incorrect. Time Is on My Side, Sympathy for the Devil, Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Rolling Stones.
That is correct. Rosalina, Born to Run, Dancing in the Dark.
Springsteen.
Ain't Too Proud. That is correct. Ain't Too Proud to Beg, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, My Girl.
Pass.
Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I still haven't found the one I'm looking for.
You too.
Babel O'Reilly, Go to the Mirror Boy, My Generation.
The Who.
That is correct. Got My Mojo Working, Rolling Stone, Manish Boy.
The Rolling Stones.
That is correct.
All right, you got 5 right out of that for 50 points. And let's see what we do here. We got 2 left, and St. Joe, you'll get to choose from the remaining categories. What do we got left?
We have state trees and art.
It's El Greco.
St. Joe, you get to choose between state trees and what? Art.
We're doing
God,
art.
art comes up so much.
Okay, you're doing what?
Art.
Sweet words with art.
They're doing art.
Braver than
All right. 60 seconds. No need for a setup here. All right. Just name the following artists. All right, whenever you're ready.
The French Impressionist who painted Impression, Sunrise.
Monet.
That is correct. The Dutch master who painted The Night Watch.
Rembrandt.
That is correct. The Spanish Cubist who painted Guernica.
Picasso.
That is correct. The American who painted Kindred Spirits. Or Kindred Spirits.
George O'Keeffe.
That is incorrect. The Italian Renaissance master who painted The Last Judgment.
Michelangelo.
That is correct. The Flemish portrait painter who painted Adoration of the Lamb.
Van Gogh.
That is incorrect. The Swiss modernist whose childlike drawings include Twittering Machine.
Rubik.
That is incorrect. The German who is best known as a court painter to King Henry VIII.
What? Escher.
That is incorrect. The English landscape artist who painted the Grand Canal, Venice.
Yeah, the Haywine.
Go ahead.
Moore.
That is incorrect.
4 correct for St. Joe in the art category for another 40 points. And we'll turn it over to Berrien Springs and see what they can do with the ones that were missed. And Alec, whenever you are ready, or whenever Berrien Springs is ready.
All right. Sorry, I was just making sure they got the
All
right.
right. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
The American who painted Kindred Spirits.
Smith.
That is incorrect. The Flemish portrait painter who painted Adoration of the Lamb.
Matt, I don't know.
Ferguson.
That is incorrect. The Swiss modernist whose childlike drawings include Twittering Machine.
You finger paint?
Pass.
The German who is best known as court painter to King Henry VIII.
Oh, I know this one. Matt, just give me a second. Okay.
Don't you dare.
Clover Valley.
Schneider.
Dare.
That is incorrect. The English landscape artist who painted the Grand Canal, Venice.
Angela.
Angela?
Yeah.
That is
You're
incorrect.
saying Angela.
The 20th century Mexican Marxist who painted Woman Grinding Maize.
Wait, Marxist? That. Wait, what's that helping?
Nothing?
No.
No, I don't think. No.
Well, that's a score, too. Goose egg on that one for Berrien Springs. That ends the 62nd round. We'll check the scores and conclude the game next here on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
What are the answers?
Yeah, what were the answers?
Yeah, what are the answers? Yeah.
Second half first, too.
Sorry, I feel
All right,
bad. I feel
so
bad.
the American who painted Kindred Spirits is Asher B. Durand. That was pretty
Never
tough.
heard of him.
I've never really heard of him, actually. I've heard of the painting, though. And Van Eyck is the Flemish portrait painter, whose Adoration of the Lamb. Paul Klee was the Swiss modernist whose childlike design includes Twittering Machine.
Please don't be right.
Something about a middle school.
Hans Holbein the Younger.
Told
No.
That was the painter of King Henry VIII. Joseph Turner probably should be gotten. He's the landscape artist who painted the Grand Canal at Venice. And then Diego Rivera was the 20th century Mexican Marxist who painted. Was he the one who also did murals?
Yeah, he did. Sounds
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the rock and
What's
roll
something
one?
like that?
The rock and roll one.
Hey, Matthew, are you doing the little spiel on what's... You are? Okay.
The rest of us can't.
What? Oh, yeah.
Otis.
Yeah, you can bypass that.
Yeah. One of them's not even here. Yeah.
All right.
Otis Redding was sitting on the dock of the bay. That's like the most famous one.
I knew most of the Temptations.
Yeah, the Temptations, man. Come on. That's what.
Ain't too proud to
Another
beg.
time.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Not for
I know
us.
it's rock and roll music.
For heart's sake, when they didn't get Pink Floyd anyway, we're in trouble.
Yeah, that one. I thought that was the gimme of that group.
Money.
And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, at first I thought you were reading like one song title, and then it was like three.
Yeah.
And so I was really confused because I heard money in the middle, but I'm like, yeah.
Or some of the state true questions.
Are you ready?
What?
Okay. All of them?
Or what if there's a tree gives you the state?
Don't say something.
All right.
Oh my God. That's
We're
multiple
ready?
states.
We're ready to come back. Request Berrien Springs. Make sure you're up on your mics. Give it all you got.
Millions of trees.
And we are coming back. Everybody's ready? Here we go. The score at the end of the 62nd round, St. Joe 205, Berrien Springs 15, and it's time to find out a little bit about what's happening at each of our participating schools. Let's start with Berrien Springs. Matthew, what do you got?
Greetings from Berrien Springs High School. Tonight we kick off our girls basketball team season at home against Cassopolis. Good luck, ladies, especially our own Callie Staub and Ariana Palmer. Boys basketball officially begins on December 9th at New Buffalo High School. Wrestling will compete for the first time season on Friday at Lakeshore High School. Next Wednesday, December 10th, we will hold our annual band concert in the high school gym beginning at 7 p.m. All bands will be perform that evening. This will be the first band concert under the direction of Mrs. Kelly Roslet. We know that it will be wonderful, so don't miss it. Another exciting, do not miss event is our annual Christmas choir concert to be held on December 11th at 7 p.m. in the high school gym. Wednesday, December 3rd, Berrien will host the annual Senior Citizen Holiday Luncheon beginning at 11:30. The staff and students at Berrien Springs High School look forward to welcoming the seniors to our building for a great afternoon of food and entertainment. The Berrien Springs High School Quizball Team, in partnership with the Holland Quizball Team, will co-host the third annual NAQT tournament at Saturday, December 6th from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will be hosting local schools as well as schools from Indiana as well as northern Michigan. The public is invited to join us for this day filled with exciting quizball action. We would like to also thank the radio stations of WSMJM, FM 49.9 and AM 1400 and their sponsors Chemical Bank and Lake Michigan College, Lakeshore Public Schools, and Water Lake Community Schools for sponsoring this event. Before we close, we would like to wish you and yours a wonderful Merry Christmas.
All right, then, from Berrien Springs, and we turn to St. Joe. Trevor.
Happy December from St. Joseph High School. Our winter sports are starting with our very first girls basketball game today. Congratulations to Courtney Rooker, Sam Turk, Eric Rumza, and our very own Fumbo Yuen for making the All-State Orchestra. This is a big honor and we're very proud to have them make it. We also have an orchestra concert on Monday the 15th, which is going to be really exciting because everyone loves our orchestra concerts. And we look forward to seeing Berrien Springs at their tournament this Saturday. And again, thank you to our sponsors.
All right, Trevor, thank you. We have no substitutions for the second half of the match, so let's begin and wrap up today's academic challenge between Berrien Springs and St. Joseph. And Alex, let me get my clock going here, and then you can begin that whenever you are ready. All right?
10-4. For 10 points. Yeah, that sounded weird. For 10 points. Some power installations use heat from the earth for electricity.
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Geothermal.
For 10 points. For 5 points, spell the plural of nebula.
Go on, man.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Nebulae.
10-4 for 5 points. For 10 points, its .gov website says it regulates interstate and international communications by radio, television, satellite.
Patrick, St. Joe.
The FCC.
That is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, in Greek and Roman mythology, Persephone, who had wreathed her head in red and white lilies, was captured by Pluto and carried off in his chariot. Some of the lilies fell and turned bright yellow. What do we call these flowers?
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Oh crap. Flowers. They're never gonna let me forget this, but I don't know. Thanks, guys.
That's incorrect. What do we call these,
Finish the sentence.
these flowers that bloom in the spring?
All right, St. Joe, you've got a shot at 5 seconds. Fangbo.
Perennials.
No, the correct answer is daffodils.
Yeah, it is.
For 5 points, in a cavern in a canyon, excavating for a mine, dwelt a miner, 49er, and his daughter.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Clementine.
That is correct for 5 points.
That's very professional.
Yeah, right. For 15 points, a student earned grades of 93, 86, 88, and 98 on 4 tests. After 5 tests, his average grade was 91. What grade did he earn on the 5th test? I'll read it again. A student earned grades of 93, 86, 88, and 98 on 4 tests. After 5 tests, his average grade was 91. What grade did he earn on the 5th test?
Fangbo, St. Joe.
90.
That is correct for 15 points. For 5 points, it was part of the Spanish South American Empire in 1810. It's the second largest and third most populous country in South America.
Ryan, St. Joe.
Argentina.
That is correct for
Into
5
the mic
points.
there, my friend.
He said Argentina, and that was correct.
All right. For how many?
For 5 points. For 15 points, from which of the sons of Jacob was Jesus Christ a descendant?
Trevor, St. Joe.
Joseph.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Berrien Springs. Matthew.
Isaac.
Also incorrect. The correct answer there is Judah. For 20 points, she recorded Bellini's Norma before giving up her U.S. citizenship in 1966. Name the New York City-born soprano of Greek parents known for her fiery temperament.
Trevor, St. Joe.
Kala.
That is correct.
Oh.
For 20 points. That was an odd description of her, by the way. For 10 points, it is bordered by Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, and Tajikistan on the north, Iran to the west, and
Fangbo, St. Joe.
Kazakhstan.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question. And Pakistan to the south and east. It is the longest river. Its longest river is the Helmand. Its highest mountain range is the Hindu Kush. Name this Asian nation.
And Joseph, Berrien Springs.
India.
That is also incorrect. The correct answer is Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
For 15 points, the 1623 volume of Shakespeare's collected plays is known by what alliterative two-word name?
Patrick, St. Joe.
The first folio.
That is correct. That was for 15 points. For 5 points, the average depth of the ocean at the outer edge of the continental shelf is 100 fathoms. How many feet deep is this?
Fangbo, St. Joe.
600.
That is correct. That is for 5 points.
How do you know that?
That's almost unfathomably large.
Well done.
For 20 points, who speaks the following lines? Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded times.
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Hamlet.
That is incorrect.
Every time.
And all our days have lighted fools, the way to dusty death.
St. Joe. Trevor.
Lady Macbeth.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Macbeth.
Oh.
And I know because I read that in 10th grade, they are different people. For 20 points. Identify the first novels of both Thomas Wolfe and Tom Wolfe.
Okay.
Time.
This is a very tough question. It's Look Homeward, Angel, and Bonfire of the Vanities. For 15 points. By population, this country is the largest member of the British Commonwealth. What is it?
Trevor, St. Joe.
India.
That is correct for 15 points. For 15 points. In 1954, this U.S. Senator from South Carolina was the first in modern times to be elected by a write-in vote. Who was he?
Time.
And the correct answer there is Strom Thurmond. For 5 points, who claimed the area around the Mississippi River for France?
Joseph, Berrien Springs.
Is it LaSalle?
That is correct for 5 points.
Yeah, 5 points.
For 15 points, a cylinder has a 3-foot base radius and a height of 4 feet. Computed surface area. I'll repeat the question. A cylinder has a 3-foot base radius and a height of 4 feet. Computed surface area.
Fongbo, St. Joe.
36 pi.
That is incorrect.
Matthew, Berrien Springs.
Is it 12 pi?
The correct answer is 42 pi square feet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Geometry wasn't my thing, so I'll take this thing's word for it.
Dude, I hate geometry too.
For 10 points. In an experiment first performed by Stanley Miller and Harold Urey in 1952, passing electric sparks through a mixture of water vapor, hydrogen, methane, and ammonia created what kind of...
Trevor, St. Joe.
Amino acids.
For 10 points. For 10 points. For 10 points. He clasped the crag with crooked hands, close to the sun in lonely lands. This is the first line from a poem by Tennyson. Is about what bird?
Matthew, Berrien Springs.
The falcon?
That is incorrect.
St. Joe.
Hawk.
Ryan.
A hawk.
No, but I was on the right track. It is an eagle. Sorry, Tennyson is kind of hard for me to read, apparently.
Alfred Tennyson.
Yeah. For 10 points, what unit of measurement is used in describing the resolution of a digital photo? We're looking for a 4-syllable word.
Ryan, St. Joe.
Megapixel.
That is correct for 10 points. For 5 points, Ernest Hemingway asserted that there are only 3 sports. All the rest are merely games. Which of those sports would you associate with Janet Guthrie and Danica Patrick?
Fongbo, St. Joe.
Car racing.
That is correct.
5.
For 5 points. For 10 points, what word can mean a long pole with a hook on the end to land large fish or a blunder?
St. Joe, Berrien Springs.
Wait, what?
A halibut. It's
Joseph.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say?
He said St. Joseph Berrien Springs.
All right. Joseph, Berrien Springs.
halibut.
That is incorrect.
And Trevor, St. Joe.
A pike.
Also incorrect. We're looking for a gaff.
Like a pike could work too.
Pike sounds better, yeah.
Make sure you put heads on.
For 20 points, for 20 points, find all 4 answers in degrees between 0 and 360. Solve the equations. Solve the equation. Sine of x times cosine of x equals 1/4. Solve this equation. Sine of x times cosine of x equals 1/4.
Matthew, Berrien Springs.
Is it 45, 135, 180, and 225?
That is incorrect.
St. Joe, take a stab at it. 5 seconds. And that is time.
The correct answers there were 15, 75, 195, and 255.
Next question will be the final question of the second half.
For 10 points, consider a 6-volt battery connected to a 3 farad capacitor. In coulombs, what is the steady state charge accumulated on one plate of the capacitor?
Trevor, St. Joe.
2 amperes.
That is incorrect.
Matthew, Berrien Springs.
Is it 18?
That is
amperes?
correct.
For
10 points.
10 points. Well, that does it. The end of today's academic challenge. We'll tabulate the scores and announce the winners after this on WSJM, the news and talk of Michigan's Great Southwest.
Just happy to be
Hey,
here.
which one do you guys have calculus?
Some of the state tree questions.
Which one do you guys have calculus?
Actually, that's going to come up
Calculus,
in the
which one
next
you guys
topic
have?
because we removed one of the.
Oh, really?
We removed
What
in the
did you
next
take your,
round.
test
There's one
on?
category that's just plain stupid.
What did you take your test on?
Mr. Gifford
just take a test?
Okay.
Yeah, you said you had a test, right?
What's the stupid one? then? Suppose a stupid
Oh.
category.
What are you guys
Oh.
winning right
It's
now?
not the category was so stupid. We just couldn't figure out how to
He and I
score
are
it.
in Calc 2.
It was like it gave you
They're
like
in
10
count
different
one.
units of measurement, and you had to go which order.
Yeah, from shortest to longest, and they were all different variations of measurements. So
So like, and then also be hard to correct those like on the other end.
Right.
You know, so.
LaSalle is
Okay.
my favorite sport, by the way, so happy you got
Wait,
that
yeah.
right category.
Only I would
Like-
have a
Wasn't
favorite
our-
sport. What?
Nothing that ever starts with light.
No. I think second would be like maybe not sport, but I like French dudes. So I like Lafayette and a couple of American Revolution.
I think
I like sport.
my favorite's probably
You literally just
Eric
go
the
like,
Red.
Eric the
and
Red.
then it buzzes,
Alright.
and then you
I
can't.
know. It wasn't really. He was more exiled.
Magellan's pretty cool too, though.
Except for the fact that he didn't.
He killed like half of a Filipino nation.
He was exploring, kind of just sailing for fun.
all right, I'll come back and wrap this up and move on to what's next. Everybody ready? Here we go. We are back on WSJM's Academic Challenge to announce today's winner and thank our sponsors and the winners by a score of 325 to 40. The team from St. Joe. How about a nice hand for the team from St. Joe? Ta-da! Thank you all for joining us on WSJM's Academic Challenge, brought to you by Lakeshore Public Schools, Lake Michigan College, Waterville Lake Public Schools, and by Chemical Bank. And we hope you'll join us next week at the same time as Berrien Springs and Lakeshore go head-to-head on Academic Challenge. We're out. Thank you kindly.
Who's
St.
staying?
Joe, appreciate you coming in.